When I was a child, I remember waking up every morning to see my grandmother in the kitchen. She always had simple habits that kept her strong: a glass of warm water, a few deep breaths, and sometimes a little herbal remedy she believed in. But as she grew older, diabetes entered her life. Suddenly, she had to check her sugar levels, watch every bite of food, and deal with the constant fear of spikes and drops. It wasn't easy for her, and honestly, it wasn't easy for us to watch either. One day, a neighbor told her about a traditional remedy, something people had been using quietly for generations: okra water. At first, it sounded too simple, almost strange. Just a few green pods soaked overnight in water? Could that really make a difference? But my grandmother believed in trying natural ways alongside her medicines. So, she gave it a chance. Weeks later, something changed. Her mornings felt lighter, her sugar readings began to stabilize, and she often told us her stomach felt calmer. She felt as though she had regained some control over her body. That small glass of okra water became her quiet companion every morning. But is this just an old family story, or does science back it up? That's exactly what we'll explore today. In this episode, I'll share not only my grandmother's journey, but also what modern research says about okra, its 14 amazing benefits for health, and exactly how you can prepare okra water the right way at home. So, stay with me, because this humble vegetable might surprise you. Now let's move from my grandmother's story to the science. Because while her experience was powerful, I know many of you want to hear what research actually says about okra and diabetes. Okra, also called ladyfinger, is more than just a vegetable for curries. Inside those green pods is a powerful mix of soluble fiber, polyphenol, and antioxidants that support blood sugar balance. One of the most important elements is soluble fiber. When it mixes with water, it turns into a thick gel that slows down sugar absorption in the intestines. Think of it like a traffic light for glucose. Instead of all the sugar rushing into your bloodstream at once, it enters slowly and steadily. But that's not all. Okra is also packed with polyphenol and flavonoids. These plant chemicals act as antioxidants in our bodies. They fight oxidative stress, which is one of the hidden enemies in diabetes. Too much oxidative stress damages cells and makes it harder for the body to use insulin properly. By reducing this stress, okra helps the body become more sensitive to insulin. And science is beginning to prove what traditional healers always believed. In 2011, a study published in the Journal of Pharmacy and Bioallied Sciences tested okra peel and seed extracts on diabetic rats. The results showed significantly reduced blood glucose and better lipid control. Another study in the Asian Journal of Pharmaceutical and Clinical Research, 2011, found similar results. Okra not only lowered blood sugar but also protected the animals against oxidative stress. Even beyond animal studies, scientists like Nguyen and colleagues, 2013, in the Journal of Nutritional Science showed that polysaccharides in okra slowed down sugar absorption in the intestines. And if you look at reviews, the International Journal of Nutrition and Food Sciences, 2014, highlighted okra's rich fiber, flavonoids, and antioxidant content as highly beneficial for people with type 2 diabetes. This isn't just theory, it's chemistry. That sticky gel-like substance inside okra, known as mucilage, literally binds with sugar molecules and cholesterol, making digestion smoother and preventing harmful spikes. There's also a small but important detail. Some studies suggest that okra might slightly interfere with how the body absorbs metformin, the most common diabetes drug. That doesn't mean you should avoid it, but it's a reminder that if you are taking medication, it's wise to discuss it with your doctor first. So what's the bottom line? Science says okra works in 3 major ways. 1. Fiber effect, slows sugar absorption in the gut. 2. Antioxidant effect, reduces oxidative stress and inflammation. 3. Metabolic effect, may improve insulin sensitivity and cholesterol levels. When combined, these actions make okra a gentle but powerful ally for anyone managing diabetes. It's not a miracle cure, but it's a natural support that modern research is finally beginning to confirm, something our elders seemed to know all along. Now that we've seen how okra can support blood sugar balance, let's open the curtain a little wider. Because this humble green pod doesn't just stop at diabetes, it brings along a basket of other health benefits. And my grandmother used to say, a small vegetable can do big things. Science agrees with her. Let's walk through 14 powerful benefits of okra, one by one. 1. Balances blood sugar. The first and most famous benefit of okra is its power to balance blood sugar. My grandmother, who struggled daily with fluctuating sugar readings, noticed this change herself. Before okra water, her post-meal sugar spikes would rise sharply. After she began drinking it, those spikes became less dramatic. Science supports this observation. In 2011, a study in the Journal of Pharmacy and Bioallied Sciences found that okra peel and seed extracts significantly reduced blood glucose levels in diabetic rats. Researchers explain that the soluble fiber in okra forms a gel-like substance in the gut. This gel slows down the digestion of carbohydrates and delays sugar absorption into the blood. Think of it like a sponge. Instead of letting sugar rush into the bloodstream, the fiber holds onto it and releases it slowly. For diabetics, this is crucial because it prevents the dangerous highs and lows that damage organs over time. That's why my grandmother called it her morning balance drink. 2. Improves digestion. Another thing my grandmother often mentioned was how much lighter her stomach felt. She used to suffer from bloating and occasional constipation. But after adding okra water and cooked okra dishes to her diet, her digestion improved. The reason lies in okra's mucilage, that slippery, sticky substance people sometimes dislike. But what seems slimy is actually medicine for the gut. Mucilage coats the digestive tract, making it easier for food to pass smoothly. It also calms irritation in the stomach lining, which is why okra is sometimes suggested for gastritis and acid reflux. A review in the International Journal of Nutrition and Food Sciences, 2014, highlighted this benefit, explaining that okra's unique fibers improve bowel movement and reduce the risk of constipation. In simple words, it keeps your digestion happy, gentle, and regular. 3. Supports gut health. We now know that gut health is about more than just digestion. It's about the trillions of bacteria that live in our intestines, our gut microbiome. These bacteria decide everything from how we absorb nutrients to how strong our immunity is. Okra acts as a prebiotic, meaning it feeds the good bacteria. The fiber in okra is broken down by these friendly microbes, helping them multiply and thrive. When the good bacteria are strong, they crowd out the bad ones that cause inflammation and disease. Modern science is clear on this. A 2014 nutrition review confirmed that okra's non-starch polysaccharides, special plant fibers, promote beneficial gut flora. My grandmother didn't know the term microbiome, but she used to say, "Okra makes my stomach feel clean and light." Today, we can explain that feeling, a stronger, healthier gut ecosystem. 4. Lowers cholesterol. Diabetes often travels hand in hand with high cholesterol and heart disease. That's why this benefit of okra is especially important. Okra's soluble fiber binds to cholesterol molecules in the digestive tract, carrying them out of the body instead of letting them be absorbed into the blood. This naturally lowers LDL, the bad cholesterol. Animal studies have proven this effect. In one experiment, rats fed with okra had significantly lower cholesterol and triglyceride levels compared to those that didn't consume it. The researchers noted that okra not only reduced fat absorption but also supported the liver in processing fats more efficiently. For my grandmother, this meant more than numbers on a report. It meant her heart stayed stronger even with diabetes. She lived with less risk because of small, consistent choices like adding okra water to her mornings. 5. Protects the liver. The liver is one of the most hardworking organs in the body. It filters toxins, processes nutrients, and balances hormones. But in diabetes, the liver often gets overloaded with fat and sugar, leading to a condition called fatty liver disease. Okra steps in as a protector. Its antioxidants, especially quercetin, catechins, and flavonoids, help reduce liver inflammation and fat accumulation. In 2012, a study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that diabetic rats treated with okra extract showed improved liver enzyme levels and reduced fat deposits. This explains why my grandmother's doctor once remarked that her liver function tests looked better than expected for a woman her age and condition. She always smiled and said, "Maybe it's the green pods I drink every morning." Science agrees, okra water can indeed shield the liver from damage. 6. Aids weight loss. My grandmother used to say, okra fills the stomach but keeps the body light. At first, I didn't understand what she meant, but later science explained it perfectly. Okra is naturally low in calories but high in fiber. When she drank okra water or ate it in curries, the fiber expanded in her stomach, giving her a feeling of fullness. This reduced her cravings for sugary snacks. Research shows that soluble fiber slows digestion, which helps control appetite and lowers overall calorie intake. That's why health experts now say okra is an excellent food for those trying to manage their weight, especially for diabetics who need to keep both sugar and weight under control. 7. Boosts immunity. I remember during the winter, when colds and flu were common, my grandmother hardly fell sick. She would say, "This green drink keeps me safe." Okra is rich in vitamin C, one of the body's strongest immune boosters. Vitamin C increases the production of white blood cells, the soldiers that fight infections. Along with antioxidants like flavonoids, okra helps reduce inflammation that weakens immunity. According to studies, foods high in vitamin C can shorten the duration of colds and reduce the severity of symptoms. So, what seemed like a small vegetable on her plate was actually protecting her from seasonal infections. 8. Good for kidneys. One of the silent dangers of diabetes is kidney damage, known as diabetic nephropathy. My grandmother was always worried about this, but her doctor once told her, "Your kidneys are holding up better than most." In 2005, a study published in the Jilin Medical Journal, China, found that patients with diabetes who regularly consumed okra showed reduced signs of kidney damage compared to those who didn't. Researchers concluded that okra helped filter out harmful toxins and reduced inflammation in the kidneys. For diabetics, protecting the kidneys is life-saving, and okra offers a natural shield. 9. Strengthens heart health. The heart and diabetes are closely connected. High blood sugar often damages blood vessels, leading to heart disease. But okra supports the heart in several ways. First, it lowers LDL cholesterol. Second, it helps regulate blood pressure, thanks to minerals like magnesium and potassium. And third, its polyphenol reduce inflammation in the arteries, keeping them flexible and strong. A review in Phytotherapy Research, 2013, highlighted okra's role in reducing cardiovascular risk factors. My grandmother didn't know these terms, but she always said, "If my sugar is calm, my heart is calm." She was right, the science shows a direct link. 10. Supports eye health. Another benefit my grandmother often spoke about was her eyesight. Even in her late 70s, she could read the Quran without glasses most mornings. She believed okra helped her eyes. And once again, science backs her. Okra is a source of vitamin A and lutein, two nutrients essential for vision. Vitamin A prevents night blindness, while lutein protects the retina from oxidative damage and slows age-related macular degeneration. Studies confirm that diets rich in lutein and vitamin A lower the risk of cataracts and vision problems in older adults. So, that little green pod was helping her keep the sparkle in her eyes. 11. Reduces inflammation. One thing I noticed in my grandmother was that her knee and joint pains became less troubling after she started her okra routine. She would laugh and say, "My joints feel smoother now." Okra contains flavonoids and polyphenol, especially quercetin, which are powerful anti-inflammatories. They work by calming the body's inflammatory response, the same response that causes joint swelling, arthritis pain, and even gut irritation. A 2013 review in Phytotherapy Research highlighted that okra extracts significantly reduced markers of inflammation in lab studies. This is why people with arthritis or chronic pain may find relief when they add okra to their diet. For my grandmother, it meant walking a little easier and living with less discomfort. 12. Rich in folate, good for pregnancy. Okra has always been part of traditional diets for expectant mothers, and my grandmother often mentioned it when advising younger women in the family. She would say, "It's good for both the mother and the child." Okra is a natural source of folate, also known as vitamin B9. Folate is essential for cell growth and is especially important during pregnancy. It reduces the risk of neural tube defects in babies and supports healthy brain development. Medical guidelines emphasize folate supplementation for pregnant women, but natural folate from foods like okra makes an excellent addition. Science confirms what tradition has practiced for centuries, that okra is a gentle food for nurturing life. 13. Promotes healthy skin. My grandmother's skin always glowed with a certain softness, even in her older years. She credited it to her diet, and okra water was part of that. Okra's vitamin C and antioxidants boost collagen production, which keeps the skin firm and youthful. Antioxidants also fight free radicals, unstable molecules that speed up aging, wrinkles, and dullness. A diet rich in antioxidants, including okra, is linked to healthier, clearer skin. For my grandmother, this meant her skin stayed vibrant, reflecting the health she nurtured inside her body. 14. Hydration and detox. Finally, okra water itself is a natural hydrator. When the pods soak overnight, they release minerals like magnesium, potassium, and mucilage into the water. Drinking it in the morning refreshes the body, balances electrolytes, and gently detoxifies. Many traditional systems of medicine, like Ayurveda and Unani, describe okra water as a cooling drink that helps flush toxins. Modern science agrees that hydration plus soluble fiber improves kidney function and supports detoxification pathways in the liver. So that simple cloudy glass my grandmother drank every day wasn't just managing her sugar, it was also refreshing, cleansing, and balancing her whole body. Okra water recipe and how to use. By now you might be wondering, how exactly did my grandmother prepare her okra water? The recipe is so simple that you could try it tomorrow morning. Recipe. Take 3 to 4 fresh okra pods. Wash them thoroughly to remove any dirt or pesticides. Trim off both ends. Slice them lengthwise or cut them into small pieces, so the nutrients can release into the water. Place them in a clean glass of water. Cover and leave overnight, for about 8 to 10 hours. In the morning, remove the pods and drink the water on an empty stomach. The water will look slightly cloudy and may feel a little thick. That's the mucilage, the sticky gel-like substance that carries many of okra's benefits. How to use. Best time, first thing in the morning, before breakfast. Frequency, 3 to 4 times per week is enough for most people. Duration, try it for a few weeks consistently and track your sugar levels or how your body feels. Research and warnings. Studies show okra water may help lower fasting blood sugar and improve digestion, but it should not replace medication. If you are taking metformin or other diabetes medicines, check with your doctor, because some studies suggest okra might slightly reduce how well the drug is absorbed. Drinking too much okra water can sometimes cause bloating or gas, so moderation is best. For my grandmother, that one glass of okra water was more than just hydration. It was her morning medicine from nature, simple, gentle, and effective. And today, science gives us the confidence to say, she was onto something real. And there you have it, 14 powerful benefits of okra and okra water, confirmed by both tradition and science. From balancing blood sugar to protecting the liver, strengthening the heart, boosting immunity, caring for the eyes, easing inflammation, and even keeping the skin young, this small vegetable truly proves that nature's gifts often come in the simplest forms. My grandmother always believed that food could be medicine. Looking back now, I see how right she was, and how much modern research supports her wisdom. And so, we've journeyed through 14 powerful benefits of okra, from balancing blood sugar to protecting the liver, kidneys, and heart, from soothing the stomach to strengthening the skin and eyes. For my grandmother, okra water was never just a drink. It was a daily ritual, a small act of self-care that gave her hope and healing. Science now confirms what she felt. This simple vegetable carries compounds, fiber, antioxidants, polyphenol, that truly support the body in more ways than one. It reminds us of something important. Good health often comes from small, consistent habits. A glass of okra water in the morning may look ordinary, but inside, it carries centuries of wisdom and modern research together in harmony. So, the next time you pass by fresh okra at the market, don't just see it as another vegetable. See it as a natural gift that can help balance your blood sugar, strengthen your body, and maybe even change your mornings the way it changed my grandmother's. But remember, okra water is not a miracle cure. It works best when paired with healthy eating, regular movement, and medical guidance. Think of it as a trusted friend on your wellness journey. If you found this story helpful, share it with someone who might benefit, maybe a parent, a friend, or even a grandparent. Sometimes the smallest tips can make the biggest difference. Thank you for listening to Home Cooking and Home Remedies. Stay tuned for more stories where tradition meets science, and simple foods bring powerful healing. Until next time, stay healthy, stay hopeful, and remember, nature always has something to teach us.